So in this video, we're going to concentrate on how to do record end of term or end of semester student performance in terms of marks for each subject. So uh, before you do that, first you want to make sure that you've set up your grades, because when you record that information, the system will use the grade information to do grading for you, right? So here, let's say we set up this. We are saying that if you get between this is F, here is E, although grades seem to be a bit generous, but let's go with this. So the system is going to use this information. It's going to apply that information to the class, to the information you provide to determine, to provide remarks and everything. So we come to students and we come to terminal scores. Okay, let's go with the first one, raw marks. Okay, so basically you provide the raw marks for the student. What, like, you're marking over 100, everything they scored over 100. Here, class mark. The class mark is their exercises all put together. So out of 100, what do you give this student? Okay, so let me pick a class that has a number of students. Okay, so we have these students, right? So as I was saying, for this student, the class mark, so all their class performance out of 100, what do you give them? The system will do the conversion. Then the exam score out of 100, what did they get? So you put it here and the system will do the conversion. It will put everything they scored under class under 30%, and everything they put under exam under 70%. Then it will add them to give you the total score. But before that, let's look up here. So first is the class you're interested in. Then you have to pick a subject. Which subject are you recording these marks for? Let's say for our case, let's go with core math, and it's our current academic year. So, and for the term we are in right now, this term. Okay, so let's see. So for this student, let's say out of 100 for the class, they got 90, and this one too, out of the exam, they got somewhere around 95. Okay, so this was, the 90 was converted to 27, and this was converted, the 95 to 66.5. So their total is 93.5. So based on the grades provided, the system will determine whether they got an A, a B, or whatever grades there is. Then this person, let's say they got 81 for here. Then here, let's say they got 89. Okay, so this their total. So if you use this form to record, this is basically what you get, and that's all you have to do, and the system will do the rest in terms of the reporting, the terminal information, and all of that. Okay, so let's save this and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've recorded the marks for this class, this subject. Now you have to pick, let's say this is not the only thing they do, they also have accounting for this class. Let's say this person is not a guru in accounting, so he was around the 80 mark. This person is a guru in accounting, so they are getting 95, and here they get somewhere 97. Okay, so this is it for accounting. Let's see. Okay, so we can go on and on. So let's just use these two information, two pieces of data, I mean two sets of data, to see what the system will give us in terms of terminal report, I mean the reports they send to their parents. Okay, so let's come to reporting, and let's say we want to generate terminal report, not for an academic year, that will be the whole academic year, that will be a lot of records. So let's say all terms, no, so let's say class report. Okay, so the class we did is this class. Academic year we are interested in is this academic year, and the term is this term. So let's tell our system to generate terminal reports for everyone in that class. So this basically that's what we are doing. Okay, so it did two. Okay, so student terminal reports and this school information picked from some image of one of the schools that I was using. So if you look at the first, this one, what we're seeing is the student is Amina and all this information here. Okay, so all these are the usual. So they are overall average, the term, the grade, the overall position. So you see the system already did overall position for us and put this person at first and says this person will be promoted to the next class basically. Okay. So overall average, academic year and all of that. Now let's come to the details here. So we see maths, they got this and based on our grading system, that is an A and excellent, but they were second for this one. So the system did all of that by when we click the button, all of that was done behind the scene. So then you come to accounting and you see they got an A, excellent, but for accounting they were first. And as you saw here, their overall position in class is first. Do you get it? And the attendance we did, you put that attendance information here. Okay. So let's close this one and see the other one. Okay, so this person is different, right? Their overall mark is 86 something and they came second in this class, and you can see for each subject you're seeing their position, their detail and all of that, right? Okay, so that's basically the ease you get by just providing this information at the end of the term. So as you saw that we use this form where we just provide the raw marks and the system will do the conversions for you. There are other forms to do the same thing. You can have when if you have already converted them already like into the 30 and 70%, then you can use this form. So basically we are telling you that you don't need to do the conversions yourself, but if you've done it, then use this form, then just enter the converted marks and you get the same result. Okay, so then there's another form. This one is 1 mark. Basically, uh, if you saw what we did, we entered both the 30% and the 70%. This is a situation where you have only one of them to provide. Let's say it's just the class mark you have, then you enter the values for the class mark. Do you get it? So you select what you're providing here, the term mark, whether it's this. If it's this, then you provide it here. If it's this one, then again what you are providing here, the system will take it as the 30%. If it is this, it will take it as the 70%. Okay, so that's basically all you need to do. No, so in terms of the terminal reporting, so you've seen we saw the one where we generated for the what do you call it, a class, which is what you do usually. You can pick the number of them you can do for a whole academic year. Let's say for a student, this student, you can generate their report for this whole academic year. Let's say a parent walks in and they are like, we've not been receiving reports from this student, what's happening? You can do this, and as you can see, there's in our case there's only one academic one term record. That's why you're seeing this. So if it's more, you see all of them. You get it? All of that information provided uh, term after term. You see the reports term after term. Then again, we did. You can again just do the same thing and say all terms. So it will show you the reports if there are more. If you did more than one, first term, second term, they will just continue like that, and you can print for the parent. Okay. So let's see. So we've done the class already. Then you can do a particular term. That is basically what we've been doing, but for we did it for the whole class, but you can do for a particular term and in an academic year, and you see this information. All you had to do to get this information generated for you was to provide the marks at the end of the term. Okay, so that is it about this, about the marks and the terminal report generation.